We got Stroman pitching well, Carrasco down. Which one do you think is the bigger takeaway from the day today?
I like to try to be positive, and I like to go that route. But to me, I kind of expect Stroman to come out and have a good year. So the fact that he looks good isn't really big news to me. It's not a huge takeaway. He's looked good so far this spring. I expect him to continue to look good. For me, it's Carrasco. This guy is expected to be your 2-3 starter, whatever you want to label him as. He's very good pitcher. That's all I know. And you expect him to come in and really solidify that, middle to top end of the rotation for this team. And because, we don't know how long he's going to miss. Hamstrings are tricky. You don't know how long it's going to be. That right leg is push leg. You do use that a lot in your, in your delivery and your push off as a pitcher. So who knows how long this is going to keep him out. We're going to find out more about the severity of it as things come out over the next couple days. But to me, that's a tough one. And when you start looking at, we talked about who's going to be the 5 starter for this team. Well, now you're already running into that starting pitching depth. That is probably the one area where you don't have a ton of depth right now that you really feel like you can rely on at least until Noah Syndergaard gets back. We'll see what happens, though.
It was a priority in the offseason to have more rotation depth than they had last year. You remember there was a certain point last season where things went a little wonky in the rotation, and there basically wasn't a rotation. You just had people, Jerry Blevins made some starts, Anthony Recker made some starts, Doug might have made a start. It was crazy. So Sandy Alderson and his group come in and they try to address that. I might be drinking the Kool-Aid here, and Reck will be proved correct as time goes on, but I kind of feel like they have done a pretty good job with some of the arms that they have back there. You don't have anybody with necessarily a huge ceiling in the back end, but you have guys that can make starts, so you're literally not going, oh no, who's going to start in a couple days because of these injuries. And they have a number of those guys, and a number of those guys who've been impressive in camp so far.
What's the key for Joey Lucchesi to be successful?
So the key for him is sort of his specialized pitch, and he calls it a churve, which is, of course, going to be a changeup and a curveball. And it's actually been labeled as either in the past, depending what you look at on his StatCast page. But this pitch is really the best pitch for him. He uses it second most of anything else. He goes sinker and then this in each year. And you can see, and what I'm looking at here is really that whiff rate. He gets a lot of misses. That's greater than, a third of the time, no matter what, when he's thrown this pitch in his career. And in 18 and 19, he got really good results on it. If he's going to be good, it's going to rely on that pitch.